If this message has found you, I need you to trust that good things are coming in for you. You've been doing all of the work, all of the inner work. You've been consistent. You've been trying hard. You've been doing your best. And it's going to come in. It is coming in. You're already aligned with it. It's already on its way. It's just a matter of time. You're ready to trust this now. And you might have to be patient, but eventually it will come in. And when it's here, you will have to then trust that this is the time for it, that you were ready, that it's divinely aligned, that it's meant to be here, that it is for you, and that it's sustainable and that it's lasting. You worked hard, and now you're going to be rewarded in the perfect timing, and that will be different for everybody watching this video. But rewards will come. What you're asking for will come. And if you're feeling doubtful or a bit like hopeless, go back through your evidence to positively focus on when things have happened for you in the past. When little things, big things, small moments have happened for you, when you've called it in. Have a think, because you deserve to stay hopeful. You deserve to trust, and you deserve to know that it's all on its way, and it's just a matter of time. And it'll be perfectly timed. Like, before it gets here, like, you might need to learn a few more things, or it might just be a case of the right person, the right time. For me, like, when things come in, well, actually I've had 2 experiences of like big things coming in, and having different responses to them. One thing of like when something came in, it felt like so like natural, of like, okay, this makes sense. Like, of course this is happening because I feel so safe and so grounded in it. Whereas in the past it was like, I want this to happen, like trying to prove, but knowing it was going to happen. And then when it eventually did happen, not from force, but from it just is happening, it was like a calm, just knowing of like, of course this is happening, because almost feeling like it's well overdue, but not from resentment, from like, it just makes sense that this is the next step and this is happening. And then there's been the other one of like when something's happened for me, that I'm like, whoa, like it feels good, but not feeling like it's fully real. And then needing time to allow it to land in my space and for me to get comfortable with it actually being here. And really trusting that the universe brought it to me. So I must be ready. So that'll be the same for you, of like, as soon as the universe brings it to you, that shows that you're more than capable of handling it. And it'll be better than you ever imagined. Like the universe and your guides will exceed your expectations, because you're not trying to control it from your human limited mind. You're allowing the creator part of you, the God part of you, to work in unison with the God collective around, the energy that makes up the world, to co-create beauty. So, babe, when it comes in, you're gonna fucking love it so much, like, and you're gonna be so happy that it came in at the time it did and that it didn't come in any sooner, because as soon as it comes in, you'll realize why it had to be at this certain time, on this certain day, and no sooner. It'll make so much sense. And sometimes even like that waiting period, if you feel like you're ready, like you're genuinely ready and you're waiting a while, that's so that when it is here, you're gonna fucking savor it and you're gonna love it, and you're just gonna like bask in it like you're taking a long rejuvenating bath, and you're not gonna like push it away because you know how long you've been waiting for it for. So I'm just out in the van at the minute, and I've got a beautiful view I'm going to show you. So when I'm looking out, that's what I'm using to hold up my phone to record the video. And this is my van, and I was thinking when I put the camera on like this, there's like, it looks like somebody stood there. I don't know about if it does to you, but it does to me. So I'm like, it's just like this spirit guide on bodyguard, on duty, letting you know that your spirit guides are there, and they're always watching, they're always helping, they're always protecting and guiding. And that just reminded me of like a moment, like not so long ago where like I was crying with like feeling so grateful for how protected I am, and that came from timing of like feeling so protected of like the time that things have come in have been the perfect time, because if they would have come in any sooner I wouldn't have been ready for it. And like when I learn lessons that I didn't know I needed to learn first, I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes sense where it hadn't been yet, where it couldn't have been yet. And I love that. I love when you get that clarity and when things make sense. I mean, that's my mind that loves that too, but like, yeah, like knowing that you're protected, but then truly getting like a real life example of like how you were protected in a way that truly serves you and shows that you're supported by a great power in the unknown. So if you've had one of those moments, drop a comment. I'd love to know what your little moment has been like that, or if there's a particular area for you that like you feel like that too, of like you'd like to get that confirmation of like protection or divine timing. But like trust and patience, they're such big things, right? And I think the way society is programmed is that there's not that like natural alignment to patience, because at the click of a fingers you can get anything you want. And I feel like that's probably how like the systems that be like ruin true contentment for people, or try to hijack it by when people then have like intentions of things they want to do or create or like goals, they take longer than we think they will. And I'm curious, and I feel like this is true, it comes from that variance of like, but I can get anything I want at my fingertips, but actually true things that are like aligned from the heart and soul take more time than these man-made things like products and things, materialistic, shallow, surface level things. So yeah, and we're building on solid foundations. The things that we're culling in, that we're already aligned with, that we're just waiting to fall on our doorstep, we're just allowing to happen for us. They're sustainable, they're long lasting, they're firm, and their roots run deep, so it's not like they can easily be taken or easily be destroyed. Things that are built on shallow foundations fall just as quickly. So if you see people getting things that you want, first of all, that's a good thing. That shows that success is around you and that good things are happening for people around you, so you're in the vibrational field of that, so good things are going to happen for you too. I feel like that was a wisdom bomb. I feel like you need to write that quote down right now. Write that down right now. But then also, if you're seeing like disgenuine fake people like getting things and like getting the things that you want, that's okay. Like if they're not genuine, the truth eventually shows. And if you know that you're aligned with your heart and your truth and integrity and intuition and for the great good of all humanity, then like the universe is literally on your side. The universe is literally working in your favor, because the universe wants the same thing as you, because it betters humanity too. How can you possibly have such a big goal of making the world a better place and not think that the universe is not on your side? That's silly. That's so silly. You're silly, baby. You're so silly. You're silly, baby. No, you're out here doing amazing soul aligned work, and you're here to change the world and to shift reality and to bring more truth and more authenticity, more connection, more faith, more groundedness, more rootedness, more destiny and soul purpose and divine love and divine union and divine self-creator energy. So of course the universe wants what you want, because you are the universe, because you are made of the universe. Whatever is planted in your heart, whatever goals, desires, dreams, goals are in your heart, were placed there by the divine, because you are the divine. So good I had to say it twice. I had to tell your ass twice, because it's true. So don't worry about what everyone else is doing, or if you do, make it positively serve you. When you have a positive thought about something, and I had to be reminded of this recently, like I forgot this, and then my friends two of my friends reminded me of it, and I was like, God damn, like, thank you for reminding me of this powerhouse quote. That's so true as well. It's like, if you are having a negative thought about something, you're thinking not in alignment with how Source thinks about it. Source thinks about everything. God, the divine, the universe, sees everything in a positive, self-serving way, from, you know, heart-centered groundedness as well, not from ego, self-serving way. So if you're not having a positive thought about something, you're not seeing through the eyes of God right now. You're not seeing through the lens of God. So what would your higher self, how would they interpret this? What feels a good way to narrate this, even if to your mind it might feel delusional or not true? Because usually that's the truthful answer, because when we feel good, we're in alignment with Source. We are a channel of Source, of pure positive light energy. So what does God say about this? And it feels better too. Like, it feels good to have the positive thoughts, to put the positive spin on it, because your reality is what you choose it to be through the narratives you put on it, you know? So let's make them feel good. Let's make them serve us. I'm just getting into the habit of like talking slower on these YouTube videos, because like, years ago I read all these things about like, when you make a video you need to talk really fast to grab everyone's attention, and then I was in the habit of being a bit fight or flight in making these videos, because trying to make sure I remember to do everything that it tells me to do to blow up, and I'm like, yeah, I just want to be authentic. I just want to be true to myself, true to the type of community that I'd like, and yeah, true to myself. So yeah, thank you for joining me in my van. This is my first van trip and it's so exciting. I didn't even know I was getting a van. I wanted a van, like I set the manifestation like maybe like a few years ago. Like I had the thought, and like for a few months I was like searching for like a few years running, but never really took it that serious, because I was like, you know, how does that, not knowing how it works, you know. And then it found me, this van found me like a few months ago now, and it's been sat on my drive. So yeah, so I'm happy to have it, and this is the universe saying this is aligned for me, because I love, when I was in Australia I was thinking, I want to explore the UK more, I want to go out and see what the UK has to offer, because whenever I'd been in Australia, people were like, so where in the UK have you been, where have you explored? And I'm like, I feel like, I don't know if you agree, but there's like this, like I used to be like this, but I'm not so much anymore, but like thinking that like the UK is not such a great place, so it's not like worth exploring, or things like this. And like I'd explore when I see my friends, like I'm very fortunate that I've got friends dotted all over the UK, and I've got a family in different spaces, so I've been able to travel, but I've always travelled with intention of, okay, like I'm going to like this place to do this course, or I'm going to this place to see a friend, or I'm going to this place to see family. It was never just like, yeah, I'm just going to get in my car and just do a trip for the sake of it. Or I would if I was going to a festival, so I'd go to a festival, and then if there was like somewhere around it that I wanted to see, then I'd go and just explore a bit then as like integration period before I got home from the trip. So now I'm in a position where I can explore, and yeah, the van found me, and it felt right, it felt good, and I wasn't quite sure if I was ready, I wasn't quite sure I was going to make it happen, but it felt good, and I know to follow what feels good, and I trust that the universe brought it to me, so it must be the right time. I must be able to have the capacity to do this, and it must be aligned for me, because it's just happening so easy. And if anything, it was me that had the resistance. That was, well, I was speaking about it in theories earlier, but this is like the actual story. But yeah, I was like I had it on my drive, and I was like, oh my God, there's something there. And I imagine this is how like some mums are, like when they give birth, they're like, oh my God, there's a baby there. They're like, oh my God, it's actually here. Yeah, and give them, you know, ourselves grace for this. Yeah, and rolling with it and trusting it and just, yeah, allowing the integration. Like, things can work in so many ways. And it's beautiful. So bloody beautiful. So trust that all is working out for you in perfect timing. If you need to make a list, make a list. If you need to reflect on all the evidence in the past, do that, because you've got to stay tuned into the goodness, because you are the goodness, and you just need to remind yourself of this. And it might just be impatience coming up when actually you're perfectly on time. You always are. How can you not be? How can you not be? That's what one of my good friends says. Everything's always working out. How can it not be? You're literally here on a soul mission, with destiny, with purpose. So of course you're on track. Like, all these timeline shifts and quantum leaping, no, you're on your soul's destiny. You're already doing it. It doesn't have to be overcomplicated. It doesn't have to be an active pursuit of like you're hunting something down. You just being yourself and your authenticity, you are on the path. You're gonna get all the things that you're destined for, that are in your heart, no matter what. It's fated. That's literally the reason why you're on this earth. It's literally the reason you came on this earth, with a mission, and you're going to do that, and you're already doing that. So you're already exactly where you need to be. So don't worry about quantum jumping or timeline shifting. That's just people wanting to get views on the videos, wanting to seem like they know things that other people don't know. I used to like be invested in these words, and at some point I was like, I'm just over it. I'm just over these like spiritual terms that just can easily make people feel like not included, or like they're not in the know-how, like giving people like FOMO, or like sales tactic of like using these big words so that people want to invest, people want to buy things so that they can know what these things mean, so they know everything. It's just not the way. It's just not the way. And you know what the way is trusting your intuition, following your heart, doing what feels good, following what feels good, practicing patience, practicing all the good qualities, integrating your shadow, accepting your wholeness, your light and your dark. Babe, you're already perfect. You're already enough, and you don't need to improve if you don't want to improve. I like to improve. I do like to grow qualities for myself. Grow qualities. I've got a little garden, and I'm just like building. I'm like growing all these characteristics: grace, beauty, gratitude, friendliness, charisma, relatability, groundedness, self-trusting, spiritually discernment. You know what I'm trying to say. I might not get the words perfect, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, but I choose to do these just as I feel like if you're watching this video, you'll resonate. We choose to do these because we want better for ourselves. I'm not doing it because I don't feel enough. I'm doing it because I want the best quality life experience I can get. And these things allow me to be a magnet. When I embody these qualities and they just become part of who I am, then I just become a magnet for divine, best case scenario opportunities, because I've worked on my characteristics of who I am, and I worked on my belief systems so that I'm always attracting best case scenarios, always attracting things that serve me, so that I'm always experiencing the greatest things. And that's not to say I don't experience sadness or grief or anger. Like, we're here to experience all of these emotions, but experiencing these emotions doesn't change our course of life or the types of experiences we're here to experience. It just means you've got more different flavors. Emotions are just like flavors of ice cream that you get to taste. And I like feeling. I'm sensitive, I'm deep, just as I'm sure you are. You know, you might have been told, oh, you're too sensitive. Bitch, no. I just came here to feel. I came here to enjoy feeling and living and experiencing. And that's more than enough. That's more than enough. We came here for a rich, quality, vibrant life where the colours are magnified and the connection and everything we feel is magnified. The beauty and, well, it's all beautiful, you know. The highs and the lows, we feel. We know we're alive when we feel. And this experience on life is just temporary. Babe, it's a playground, so like, play more, have more fun. And yeah, check in soon when your manifestations are here. I know it's coming. You're fine, girl. Girl, you're fine. And if you're a boy, boy, you're fine. You know, we all fine. We good. We taken care of. We provided for. We always on time. We right where we're supposed to be. Thank you for tuning in. Follow me if you don't already. And stick around for more. I'm excited to have you as part of my unfolding of my YouTube journey. That's an evil laugh. Okay, bye.